Big Cat Bryant has announced his plans to commit to transfer to UCF. We got to talk about it after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. Today, we need to talk about Big Cat Bryant, who has committed to transfer to Central Florida. This is 6'5", 255 pounds of screaming edge rusher going from a Power 5 SEC West team that beat Bama 2 years ago to join his former head coach, now head coach, Gus Malzahn, in Orlando to play for the Central Florida Knights. This is a tremendous recruiting win for Gus Malzahn and the first big win of his time since accepting the head coaching job at Central Florida. One of the things that Gus said was he took this job because he felt it was a big-time job. He felt that they had the right assets in place to win championships. And Malzahn has won a championship at every college stop that he has made, from Tulsa to Arkansas State to Auburn. And he's been one of the better offensive minds of the past 30 years. Now, he is landing a former player of his in Big Cat Bryant to help lead a defense that was not great last year. Now, lots of changes to Central Florida. Josh Heupel took the job at Tennessee after his athletic director took the job at Tennessee. And we all had some thoughts about who should be the guy. Traditionally, the American has been a stepping stone or a step down for former Power 5 head coaches. Phil Montgomery moves from offensive coordinator to Tulsa as an example. Daniel Holgorsen moves from West Virginia to Houston as an example. But Malzahn seems to want to be there and want to be there for the long haul. And landing the kind of talent like Big Cat Bryant, even out of the portal, is a respectful but remarkable opening salvo of what we expect to do here in Central Florida, because that just doesn't seem like the kind of move that gets made unless you're being sold on winning national championships. Now, Bryant also has 1 year that he's going to play for this season, then go into the NFL draft. Him returning last year was a big win for them, along with guys like KJ Britt. But the dude has all the tools. 3 sacks, 17 tackles last year in what was not necessarily the best season for Auburn, but certainly not a fireable season for Auburn as far as I'm concerned. Now, we could talk about Malzahn and his choice of quarterbacks and who he decides to ride with, but getting this dude is awesome because at first he was going to Tennessee, then it was in limbo. Folks at Oklahoma thought they had a shot at him. I was never one of those folks. And yet and still, he shocks everybody by going to Central Florida. For those of you that don't know, Marcavius Bryant is Big Cat's given name, but his mother called him Cat as a child. And then his junior year, his coach at Chris County called out, Big Cat, get your behind over here. And Big Cat has stuck. Now, that dude alongside Derek Brown a couple years ago were two of the better defensive linemen in the SEC. Kevin Steele's defensive line, really his defense in that 2019, I don't think got its just due. They were the only defense that was able to kind of sort of keep LSU in check, though they still gave up like 500 yards, just didn't give up a whole bunch of points. Knowing that you got that kind of dude going to Orlando means it's going to be easier for you to recruit in this 2022 class. And Malzahn has gone across the country already handing out offers and trying to build a power at Central Florida. Even in my own backyard, Bixby tight end Luke Haas got an offer, his 10th, from Central Florida. He's also got an Oklahoma offer, just to show you what kind of waters Central Florida is deciding to wade into. For me, I'm now excited about Central Florida football because I've been excited about Central Florida football for the past 5 years. Basically, since Scott Frost flipped it around, went 12-0, won a national championship. And since then, Josh Heupel has decided not to fix what's not broken, and they've been really great offensively. Consistently inside the top 5 in total offense. They score a bunch of points. They play really fast. And the job that Tennessee is today makes it a less of a job than Central Florida is today, because Central Florida feels like it's in good shape to win right now. Tennessee feels like it's going to take at least 2 years to get back to good. First thing you got to do is lock up the state of Tennessee, and you would have wanted to hold on to all of these transfers that went into the portal. But this looks even bigger than what we could say about Tennessee, right? Because Auburn felt real good about Bryant Harsin, and they felt real good about being able to hold on to most of the talent there. Now, you're looking around going, yo, man, like, cool. Y'all were able to get a top edge rusher in Dylan Brooks. That's going to help you tremendously. But losing a guy like Big Cat Bryant is also a signal. One, Gus Malzahn was beloved by his kids, right? And another, that Gus is taking it personally that you fired him, even if you bought him out, right? Bought him out at $21 million. And Central Florida is going to let you cover a whole bunch of that, if at all possible. But for me, it was always interesting to see how Malzahn's relationship with the boosters and the athletic director was playing out, because it didn't feel like he had done anything to warrant the scrutiny that he was getting as the head coach at Auburn. Basically, he didn't beat Bama and win national championships every other year. And that's what they want to be at Auburn. Except they're not letting Gus Malzahn do what Gus Malzahn wants to do. They made him give up the play calling privileges only so he could get them back when the offense seemed to tank a little bit more. And this year it felt like they were just going to put up the money in a pandemic to get rid of their head coach. Meanwhile, Terry Molyar looks over there and says, yeah, I'll take Gus Malzahn. Yeah, 100%. And it's one of the largest universities in the country, which means you have a larger pool of talent to pull from. And you get to recruit the state of Florida. And if they never left the state of Florida to get kids, they would be a top 10 program, because that's how much talent comes out of Florida. Matter of fact, historically, 117 5-stars have come out of the state of Florida. If you just roped off South Florida, you could field a top 10 football team easily. We know this because Miami is competitive. Florida is competitive. Florida State is competitive. Central Florida is competitive. And then there's Florida Atlantic, Florida International. And we keep going here. FAMU. You have so much talent on display in Florida high school football that you should be able to compete with everybody in the country by virtue of the quality that gets really thrown around out there. And then Big Cat going to Disney World. Like, that would be my sales pitch. Like, we have Orlando, we got Disney World, we're going to win championships. Huge for them. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.